There's no place like home. One of the most famous lines in English. Everyone knows it, but where does it come from?
The Wizard of Oz?
The movie, yes, but the book came first, 1900. L. Frank Baum, a man who failed at everything.
Everything?
Business, acting, newspapers, all of it. But then he sat down and wrote a fairy tale. Not a dark European fairy tale, something new. A bright American adventure for children.
What's different about it?
No evil stepmothers, no scary forests, just wonder. And here's what most people don't know. In the book, Dorothy wears silver shoes, not ruby slippers.
The movie changed them?
The movie changed a lot, but the story is even better. Let's hear it. A gray farm, a tornado, and a girl named Dorothy.
Dorothy lived on a grey farm in Kansas with her Aunt Em. Everything was grey, the sky, the land, even Aunt Em's face. One day, a terrible cyclone came spinning across the plains. It lifted the whole house into the sky, with Dorothy inside. The house flew through the air for hours. When it landed, it crushed the Wicked Witch of the East. Tiny people called Munchkins came out cheering. A good witch named Glinda gave Dorothy silver shoes. "Follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City," she said. Dorothy set off down the yellow brick road. In a cornfield, she found a scarecrow stuck on a pole. He could talk, he could walk, but he had no brain. "I want to think," the scarecrow said. "Real thoughts." Dorothy smiled. "Come with me. The wizard can help." The scarecrow jumped down and followed her happily. He was made of straw. He could not feel pain. But there was one thing he feared: fire. Deep in the forest, they heard a strange sound. A man made of tin stood frozen between the trees. He was rusted solid. He could not move at all. Dorothy found an oil can and oiled his joints. Slowly, he began to move again. He told them his sad story. A witch had cursed him. His body was cut away, piece by piece. A tinsmith replaced everything with tin, even his chest. "I lost my heart," he said. "I want to love again." Deeper in the forest, a huge lion jumped out. He roared at them and tried to bite Toto. Dorothy slapped his nose. The lion started to cry. "I'm a coward," he said. "Everything scares me." He was the king of the forest, but afraid of everything. His one wish was courage, real, true courage. So he joined them. Now there were 4 on the road: a girl, a scarecrow, a tin man, and a crying lion. At last they reached the Emerald City. Everything sparkled green: the buildings, the streets, the sky. Everyone wore green glasses to protect their eyes. They went to see the great and powerful Wizard of Oz. But Oz appeared different to each of them. A giant floating head, a beautiful woman, a ball of fire. Oz gave them one condition: "Kill the Wicked Witch of the West, then I'll grant your wishes." They had no choice. They set off toward the west. The Wicked Witch saw them coming with her one good eye. She sent wolves. They failed. She sent crows. They failed too. She sent a swarm of bees. That failed as well. Finally, she called the winged monkeys. They tore the scarecrow apart and threw the Tin Woodman off a cliff. The lion was chained. Dorothy became the witch's slave. The witch wanted Dorothy's silver shoes. She tried to steal them. Dorothy grabbed a bucket of water. She threw it at the witch. The witch screamed and melted away. Dorothy freed her friends and put them back together. They went back to the Emerald City, proud and brave. "We did it," Dorothy said. "Now keep your promise." But little Toto pulled back a green curtain in the corner. Behind it stood a small, bald old man. No giant head, no fire, just a scared little man from Omaha. The Great Wizard of Oz was a fraud. A balloon had brought him. Still, he gave the Scarecrow a brain made of pins and bran. He gave the Tin Woodman a silk heart and the lion a green drink. Fake gifts, but the three friends believed and felt changed. Only Dorothy was left. Oz had no way to send her home. Dorothy travelled south to find Glinda, the good witch. Glinda smiled and told her something amazing. The silver shoes had the power to take her home all along. "Why didn't anyone tell me?" Dorothy cried. "Because you had to learn it yourself," Glinda said gently. Dorothy clicked her heels 3 times. There is no place like home. She opened her eyes. Kansas, the grey farm, Aunt Em running toward her.
Wow, she was home the whole time.
The shoes had the power from the start.
Right, let's unpack this. Kansas, Baum made everything gray on purpose.
And then a cyclone hits.
Cyclone?
A huge spinning storm, it picks up the whole house. But the real secret of this story, still coming. Look at what Baum does with color. Kansas is gray, no color at all. But the moment she lands in Oz, green, yellow, gold.
So Oz is the opposite of Kansas.
And from her very first moment in Oz, all Dorothy wants is to go back to gray.
Why? Oz sounds way better.
That's the biggest question. We'll get there. But first, her 3 companions.
Companions?
Friends who travel with you on a journey. A scarecrow who wants a brain. A tin man who wants a heart. And a lion who calls himself a coward.
The Scarecrow already thinks, though.
He comes up with every plan.
The Tin Woodman cries when he steps on a bug.
And the lion fights wolves.
So they already had what they wanted. But the lion keeps calling himself a coward.
Coward. That just means he's shy, right?
Not shy, a coward runs from danger. But the lion never runs, not once. Imagine this, you can do everything. But no one has ever told you that you could.
That's what the wizard's gifts were really about.
And then, the wizard.
The great and powerful Oz.
Except Toto pulls back a curtain.
Curtain?
A cloth that hides what's behind it. And behind this one, a small, bald old man.
No fire, no giant head, just a man.
He came from Omaha on a hot air balloon. Landed in Oz, the people thought he was powerful.
And he just played along?
For years, built a whole city around the lie. Made everyone wear green glasses.
The city wasn't even green?
The glasses made everything look green.
So he's a fraud.
Fraud? And same as a liar?
Bigger, a liar tells one lie, a fraud becomes the lie. But here's the twist. His fake brain made the Scarecrow feel smarter. Does a fake gift matter, as I said, if it makes you believe?
But it didn't help Dorothy.
The lion was no coward. He proved it. The wizard was a fraud, but a useful one. Everyone got what they needed except Dorothy.
But the shoes could take her home.
The silver shoes had the power the whole time. Glinda knew, but she didn't tell.
Why not?
Because you had to learn it yourself. Her companions taught her what mattered.
And she chose Gray, Kansas.
Remember how we started? There's no place like home. At first it sounded like a simple line.
It doesn't sound simple anymore.
Dorothy walked through a world of magic and color, and she chose to go back to Gray.
Because Gray was hers.
Baum didn't write a fairy tale about magic. He wrote one about knowing where you belong.
See you in the next story.